Mheymid, who has 5 children, said people fled in the hundreds, some bringing only blankets and kitchen supplies. People are hoping that right now, here is safer than there, but God knows what's coming. Damascus and Moscow say they only target armed factions and seek to end the rule of al-Qaeda-linked militants over the Idlib region. Idlib makes up a major chunk of Syria's northwest corner, the last bastion of opposition to President Bashar al-Assad. The presidents of Turkey, Iran, and Russia met in Tehran last week but did not agree a ceasefire that would prevent an expected offensive. Ankara, which hosts some 3.5 million refugees, has said it could not take any more if an attack on Idlib drove a new surge of people toward its border. President Tayyip Erdogan wrote on Tuesday that an offensive would spark humanitarian and security risks for Turkey, Europe, and beyond. The Turkish military, which is deployed across an arc of northwest Syria near Idlib with its rebel allies, has also set up 12 observation posts around Idlib this year. About half of those displaced so far have moved to camps, while others went to informal settlements, stayed with families, or rented housing, OCA spokesman David Swanson said on Monday. Mamdouh Abu al-Saud, who fled with his wife and 3 daughters, said he worried the fighting would only get worse. Saud said years of war had already forced them to flee many times before, first from their hometown in Hama province, then to live as refugees in neighboring Jordan. They later went to southern Syria, only to move again in a withdrawal deal when government forces defeated rebels there around 2 months ago. We had come to Idlib without anything, he said. An influx of displaced people has roughly doubled the Idlib region's population to around 2.9 million people in recent years. Civilians and fighters have poured in, shuttled out of towns and cities where Assad's military crushed rebels with the help of Russia and Iran. The first day of the bombing, we said it might dwindle down. The next day, there was more, said Hussein al-Okab, 43, who came to the informal settlement with his wife and 7 kids. A warplane struck my uncle's sheep. He said entire villages were emptied.